From the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, this is Tennessee Workforce Today. Here now is Chris Cannon.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Tennessee Workforce Today. When an inmate is granted parole, many times a steady job is one of the conditions for that parole, so employment is very important. But a person just getting out of prison faces many barriers that can cause issues when they go to look for a job. The Tennessee Department of Correction has parole employment specialists who work with former inmates to overcome those barriers. Mark Hollis is one of those employment specialists. Thanks for joining us today. Why is it so important that someone have gainful employment when they go out onto community supervision?
Well, it's important because of recidivism. Recidivism means that someone has come back into the system after they've been released. And recent study shows that 75% of people who recidivate were unemployed for a year or more before they come back. So it's essential that a person find gainful employment where they can make a sustainable wage and with career opportunities in order to be able to become a productive citizen and reintegrate into society.
What are some of the barriers they face when they do leave and go out onto supervision?
Well, there are many. Just to name a few, education or lack of education, a skill set that was relevant when they were incarcerated, but it's not relevant now, not up to date. Sometimes you have folks who have substance abuse issues, and all of that we're trying to address while they're incarcerated so that when they come out, they're better ready to work.
We know the benefits of having someone having a job and what that means for the community and for their family. What benefits do the employers see by hiring someone on community supervision?
Okay. Well, I'm going to name one that maybe we don't think about, and that is that employers have access to a pool of workers who want a second chance. Many of them have career technical education. They're very skilled, ready to go to work. And in addition to that, there are the federal bonding program, which allows an employer to be protected against dishonesty on the part of the employee. And all of our folks qualify for that, as well as the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, which provides employers with thousands of dollars in tax credit incentives to hire someone who has a record. And finally, I would add that we have a whole team of employment specialists scattered around the entire state. And it's kind of like an employer having their own recruiter, except it doesn't cost them anything.
Exactly. And that's something you do. You actually work with the employers to try to set up where they're going so there's spots open for these folks who are coming out?
Right. That's what we're working toward. We have those folks who are on probation and parole. We have seen our unemployment rate drop from 35% 10 years ago to about 13% now. We're still aiming for it to be about the same as it is for the general population. And so we're working hard for that to happen.
If an employer is interested in taking part in this program and helping one of these offenders who's coming out on parole, what do they need to do?
Well, they can contact me. It's fairly easy, mark.hollis@tn.gov. They can also call any state probation office, probation and parole office, and request to speak with the employment specialist, and they can connect them with what is necessary for them to become an employer who's working with our folks.
And it really is something that's great for the community, because if you have someone who's coming out and they don't commit another crime and don't go back to prison, that's helping everybody.
That's right. The goal of the Tennessee Department of Correction, our main focus is public safety. And so when we think about public safety, all of our communities are safer if justice-involved individuals are working.
All right. Well, thank you so much for telling the story today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that's our time for this edition of Tennessee Workforce Today. You can catch a new episode on the first and third Monday of every month. From all of us here at the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, I'm Chris Cannon. Have a great day.